Hello everyone. If you didn't see my latest community post, my original witness guide, like the first ever video I uploaded, has turned 1 year old, and I kind of wanted to make something special to, celebrate that for doing YouTube for one whole year. I know this probably isn't like as special as like some other channels that I've seen with some other friends, because some of my friends, they've been on YouTube for way longer, and they have way more videos than me. Nah, but you told me I've been on YouTube for over a year, and I only have 37 videos. But for this video, I was thinking about going down memory lane, I guess you can say, and like watching like the original witness guide video again to see like how far I've come, which isn't a lot, but it's some progress. And I guess you can say this is kind of a reaction video, I guess you can say, but I am reacting to my own stuff, so I think this is allowed, hopefully. And some of the stuff that I might be saying might be like extremely similar to my 2024 channel review video. In that video, I went down all the videos I posted back in 2024. So if you haven't seen that, then I guess you can watch this and learn all new stuff, basically. One thing I want to say is that I'm probably not going to show like the full like video here, because I feel like there might be some boring parts or some parts where I don't like have that much input or like that much detail to give. But if you do want to watch the full thing, I will have it linked in the description if you want to watch my first ever video and just see how it is, I guess. So right now I have the video pulled up, the full 30-minute video. One thing that I find really funny though is whenever like people talk about, making your first ever video, always try to like, keep it simple or keep it thorough, whatever. Don't make it too long and stuff. My first ever video is 32 minutes long for a reason. There is a reason. And also, since this is my video, it might be a little bit confusing depending on if it's me talking or like the actual video itself talking. So whenever I am giving insight and detail, I can probably put something up on screen to show like, hey, this is me talking and not like the video talking itself. Without further ado, I guess we can go now. Courthouse has always been my favorite main trial map, and that's all because of one specific enemy, the Witness. You may have noticed my name. Okay, so so there was this one really dumb joke. Say like if a bug happens, or like just something weird happens in general, like an enemy does some weird shit. I always just say like Outlast Trials bottom text, and I really don't know why that's funny to me. It just is. You may have noticed my name before, as I've shown up in a couple of videos with my friends, but I've always wanted to make my own video for Outlast Trials. So why not make a guide on my favorite enemy in the game? So that was also another reason on why I wanted to make YouTube videos like in the first place, was because I appeared in a lot of my friends' videos, but I always wanted to like make something for Outlast Trials, but I didn't fully know what to make. But right here, as you can see what I'm going to talk about next up on screen, you will see on why I made stuff. Before we start, I just want to give a huge shout out to Cosburst. He's made a witness guide already in the past, and it's also what inspired me to make a guide myself. His guide goes more into detail about having to deal with them if you're running no loadouts, so if that also interests you, then I highly recommend watching his video too. His video and channel will be in the description. This video, and let me tell you, I took heavy inspiration from Kot's, from his own witness guide. Obviously, like, it is a bit old. This is a bit old too, obviously. I still don't fully know how, like, relevant the information in this is. Again, it's a year old. It's before season 1. It was before like even Franco was added in the game, straight up. I wanted to make something like this, like about witnesses, because it's like I really like Vindicate. I really love witnesses. They have a lot of unique mechanics that I really like. This video is for both casual players and speedrunners that want to get better about dealing with the witnesses. I'll be going over how their AI works, strategies on how to kill them effectively both for solo and for squad, and going over other tips and tricks to help. This guide should be everything you need to know about microwaving men in diapers. I remember that intro part right there took me so long to make. Like, looking back on, I'm pretty sure what I did there is, I don't know if you fully noticed, but that was one big long take. That was one big long voice take that I did for that part. And let me tell you, I've said this before, I hate narration so much. Well, I don't hate it, but it's easily one of the most difficult parts for me, at least for a video. And I know that sounds very silly. Most of the time, I just talk for like 20 seconds in the beginning. I mess up all my words a lot, and I always want to make the takes not like perfect, but like they make sure they sound good. And looking back on this narration, I definitely would have like edited something different or like cut some different parts. Like in terms of like editing and narration and like the right B-roll footage to show, definitely I would have changed some parts. And bro, I had to get so much B-roll footage, you have no idea. And also another thing I want to point out is not here. This was something I wanted to add, and like one of my friends was basically like, yeah, I should definitely add this, where it's like the no witnesses were harmed in making this video, while there's like a dead witness right behind the text. No, but now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't really made another intro like this. I guess I kind of thought like, since this is the first video, this is like, I don't know, like the introduction to my channel, which I guess it kind of sort of is. But I feel like most people now, obviously with YouTube, it's basically just like they watch whatever video they find interesting, really. So like they probably won't like click on this first, like the first ever video, and then watch all my other videos like in chronological order. Like, what was I thinking, bro? That's not happening. Like, in Vindicate the Guilty, there's a total of 3 witnesses you have to deal with: tutorial, downstairs, and upstairs. While in Escape the Courthouse, there's a total of 5 witnesses: tutorial, courtroom, library, evidence, and statue area. So that part also took me actually a decent amount of time to make. This, I had like the text in the background as like one big thing, and then I had to get 3 separate things of footage to put with it going. And also, one thing I am looking back on with like the courthouse, this is like a not good text spot, I feel like. At the top with like the white beaming or whatever, it makes it very, not very difficult, but like kind of difficult to read fully. And I feel like I probably should have put the text different. Like that's another thing too. It's like with this, it's like there's so much stuff where like I would have changed. The only way to kill the witnesses is with the microwave trigger. In Vindicate the Guilty, that is very true. You can only kill witnesses with the microwave trigger. On any map with witnesses, there will be a tracker that appears along with the microwave trigger. When equipped as the item you're holding, the tracker will act like a metal detector, pinpointing where the witnesses are hiding. Most of the time, I don't pick up the tracker. It takes up inventory space, witnesses make so much noise, and learning where all the spawn points for the witness without it will give you better practice. The only time So, if I remember correctly, like whenever I was talking about skipping the tracker and stuff, I think almost done with the video, and then I remembered, oh wait, I still haven't added something for the skipping the, you know, like the tracker thing. Do I have something for B-roll? Nope. So I had to like go back on Outlast, go back on Vindicate, go through the entire trial until I go back on the tracker sequence, and I have to get a clip of me walking up to the tracker and then me skipping it. There's a lot, like in videos like this where there's like a lot of B-roll and a lot of clips just to put obviously like in the background while I just like talk and yap. There are so many instances where I have to just get a ton of just random stuff just to put it in there, really. And one of the biggest mistakes that I did while making this video is that I started getting specific clips first before like writing out the whole script, really, which is something that you probably shouldn't do. It's definitely best to just write what you want to talk about first and then get the specific clips and write stuff after. Obviously that sounds very simple and kind of like a no-brainer, but I was a no-brainer back then, and I still am, because there's 2 sides where he can spawn at, and he can be at either side to start with. In a dark room, if you... Also, I don't know if anyone caught that, but let me go back a bit. So on this part where I'm like, you know, going down the hallways and choosing like, oh, he can either spawn on the left side or right side with a statue area, you can see in the top right my cursor shows. I don't know how this got here, but it does for some reason. In a light room, if you microwave him once without him initially seeing you, his behavior will stay the same as if you were in a dark room, but if he sees you since you're in a light area, he'll then lock in on you and try to hit you with his ramming attack. After that attack, he'll run to the nearest safety door on the map. If he sees you... Also, I don't know if you caught that, but it is so hard for me to say safety door. I don't know why. Like, wait, safety. Safety. No, safety. Bro, I hate English. If the witness is escaping through a safety door, you can still microwave him and get him at the last second, so long as it isn't his last blip before he dies. If he's all the way down to 1 blip, and you fire the microwave trigger before he fully escapes, then the hit won't count, and you'll spawn in a different room. And that is the art of getting... Oh, I forgot I put this. Oh, I was literally about to say, and that's the art of getting scammed. I was about to say that, then I forgot I put a clip of me of that Hold on.
Love itself.
I remember when that happened, I was laughing so hard because it's like, bro, what do you do in this situation? Like, what? If you make so much noise to the point that he hears you, he'll look towards the noise that you just made, but he actually won't move away from his spot. I honestly think that's now a little different, because I feel like now with witnesses, I feel like there's been so many times where I'll make noise and he'll just run away, and it's not like enraged witnesses. Enraged witnesses, they always scam you. I feel like now there are certain points where the witnesses are more unpredictable and you can't really map out their movements fully, because back then you could read this guy like a book. Back then, you can like trap him and do so much stuff, but now it's kind of like a little bit different, and now he's like a lot more unpredictable, which I do kind of like. Expect the unexpected with these things. If you get in front of the witness's way, he'll just straight up hit you. So that was another thing I wanted to add too, was whenever I was talking about like the basic AI of the witness, it was basically like, okay, yeah, like he moves when you do this, he looks at you when you do that, if he sees you, he runs away. But I did want to make sure to put in the video, like, yeah, if you get in his way, he's just gonna hit you. Like, this is still Outlast. Like, this is, like, you can't fully fight back in terms of, like, getting hit. I don't normally use rigs against the witness, but if you want a backup plan, the only rigs you can use against him is obviously stun and surprisingly heal. If your heal rig has the poison up. Okay, so this part really surprised me, actually. Oh, look, this happened. Upgrade. It can significantly slow down the witness, which gives you enough time to get another microwave hit on him. Heal rig is extremely effective when dealing with witnesses, especially on a skip. That right there. So again, what just happened here on how we got slowed down was because of the like poison upgrade for the heal rig. And I don't know if anyone else remembers, but I think this was like back in like early access pre-Geister Outlast trials, like the Stone Age of Outlast trials. If you had poison upgrade with the heal rig and you use the heal rig, anyone in that radius will get stunned, and it doesn't matter if they were like in the initial radius or whatever, they just got stunned. So it's like you can use heal rig, run up to like Coil or something like that, or like a Prime Acid or Gooseberry, and they can still get stunned by that while you just keep on running. And I think during like early access Geister, they changed it to a point where enemies had to be in the initial radius in order to get stunned, and not just like you just run over them and they still get stunned basically. But what I wrote in like the initial like first rough draft in like a part of the script was like I put something like, oh, you can probably still use heal, like you could use it as the stun, but it has to be the initial stun, and it doesn't last that long, so it's probably not the best, but you can still potentially use it if you get lucky or whatever. But when I went to actually double check, he got giga slowed, and he was like crawling at snail's pace, and I was like, what the hell? And fun fact, I used the heal rig for like a speedrun I did. I think a 307, like a skip the courthouse solo, and I used heal rig in it, because I kind of figured I wanted to be different and not use stun or whatever the hell. Blind rig can stun the witness as it does with any other enemy in the game, but the smoke cloud effect will actually cover up the visibility. I forgot to put that. Because fun fact, you can't really use blind rig against a blind enemy in this game. Who would have thought? And X-ray rig is completely useless and does nothing against them. So that was another thing I wanted to add too, was whenever I was talking about the rigs, I wanted to make sure to, I guess, like add X-ray, and how it's like, just don't use it against witnesses, just don't. No. Ever since full release, if you throw a stun rig or a strong arm brick at the witness and you microwave his last blow. Okay, so this right here, I was talking about the difference between strong arm and pro. I called it like what, pro strat, I think. Yeah, pro strat. Nice. So this was like a ton of like different like strategies that you can use against witnesses, and this was like the main focus point really. The best amp loadout to run for this is noise reduction, smash, and boosted. You could still run surplus, but with the pro strat, bottles are pretty useless and the chances of you getting a brick is really low. Also, one thing I noticed while I am talking about these different strats is look at this right here. Oh my goodness, the old UI. Oh, that's right, this was during like the old prime time when they were just introducing Franco. Dude, the money system. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the money system. You're not always going to get a perfect 1 cycle kill all the time though. It's okay to make mistakes, and it will take some practice and time to get used to. And I've made a lot of mistakes against witnesses. Also note that it's much faster to swap to the next brick in your inventory, rather than taking the time to pick up the first brick you already threw. While you can Swapping to your pistol is faster than reloading, what the fuck? And also, Red's here, yay! As you see later in this video, Red helped out a lot with this video, which is something I'm also very thankful she did. Another important aspect about the Witness's AI is that he can't open a locked door and has to bash it open, even if he's on the same side where the lock is at. This will obviously make him waste a lot of time, and you can easily get a second microwave hit on him without even having to use a throwable. You should 100% abuse this aspect of his AI anytime he's in a room where you can lock doors and have him temporarily trapped in there. That right there is like one of like the few reasons why I love like Witnesses and why I think they're like so unique, is because you have to think outside the box with them. I feel like with every other enemy in this game, obviously it's Outlast, so like you can't really fight back. You have to run away from everybody. I'm not hating on that. That's how the game works. But on what makes Witnesses so unique is that you really have to play cat and mouse with them. But there is a fine line between you and the Witness, because it's like the Witness can also just say, hey, screw you, and just attack you, and you can't really fight back about that, but you still end up killing them because you have, you know, like the technology to do so with the microwave trigger. And there really isn't another enemy like in the whole Outlast series where you really have to think outside the box. I mean, maybe Nick and Laird from Outlast 2, since you do have to take cover, I guess, and they can like one-shot you. And I guess like Pitcher and Franco are also outside the box, where like obviously they're ranged enemies. But like the Witness is one of the few times where it's like you fully use the map to your advantage and fully use the room layout on like the best way possible, other than just like hiding from gunfire, really. Closing and potentially locking doors on the Witness while you're trying to escape is also extremely helpful and gives you more time to microwave. You're also able to microwave a Witness through Okay, looking back on that with what I said, I basically just said, hey, close doors on enemies in an Outlast game. Like, no shit, that's what you're supposed to do 90% of the time. Like, what? Yo, I thought of this crazy new strat in Outlast game. Close doors to, like, lose your pursuers. Yo! You're also able to microwave a Witness through a door that has a window on it because you still have visibility of the blips. So this was actually another like really good example and another really good thing to show for the video, because this was such like a clean, perfect Witness kill that I'm like, yo, I have to show this. And also another thing I noticed while looking back on this video is that obviously when I made this, I made it, but looking at this now with like the other stuff I posted, I deadass saw room and I fucking the Outlast Trials custom trial brain rot's real, bro, I swear. In Vindicate the Guilty, the best spawn for upstairs is a side bathroom that's directly to your left after you go up the stairs. This is called the early left Witness. Early left. Both of these spawns are great because they are so close to you and you can lock the door to kill them quickly. So this is still like legitimately one of the best spawns to get when you're like just like playing Vindicate, where it's like the upstairs Witness is like in the upstairs bathroom part. And I will still never forget Ghost Witnesses, the ones that can just phase through doors. Never forget. I remember this, bro. This was so stupid. I'll be showing you the... I remember whenever I was trying to get more clips of like the early right Witness and all that, I remember that Pouncer literally screwed over everything. And this right here is the reason why this video is so long. So obviously, for this, I wanted to show the rest of the possible like RNG spawns. You can see down here, the video's at 1535. This is at 3059. And here I have Vindicate the Guilty downstairs spawns, upstairs spawns, and then skip the courthouse. This is courtroom, evidence, library, statue area, left side, and then the right side. So like this entire section, all these sections right here, is literally just me going through all the spawns pretty much. If I didn't have these spawns, this video would probably be like 16 minutes long, maybe 17. Obviously, I'm not going to go through the RNG spawns. It's just me looking at them. It's kind of boring, but like if you want to look through it, then obviously I'll have this video in the description and all that, so yeah. Also, huge thanks to my friend Red Flag City for helping me get some of the clips in this video, and overall help with revising because I'm really bad at writing scripts. She's the real hero here. This is all true. What I'm saying right here is all true right here, because she has helped me out so much here. And this was another thing that I found kind of funny to make. There was like a part where I'm like, "Hey Red, can you just like say anything in like response to this?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, sure." So like I wanted to make a funny thing where I like scratched this out and just put yes of course. Also this is real too, where it's like, "Oh for real though, how goes the video?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, working on the script right now, things are going good. Red, please help me with the script." But another fun fact about this video is that this was the only video where Red revised one of my scripts in terms of narration, because she really wanted to help me like start out on my first video, which again I cannot thank her enough. This she really I really needed the help. Also, if you made it this far into the video, then I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope this guide helped you out in some way. If this video helped out at least one person, then that's honestly enough for me. I also hope that this video will make more people play Core House, and if that happens, we take those. Whenever I was making this, I didn't really know how many people were going to watch this, or if anyone was going to watch this at all. I kind of have the mentality where it's like, if anyone find this guide helpful in any way, if they learned something new, then that's a win, and I'm glad I made this for somebody, basically. Or like, with all like the other like compilation videos stuff I made, like if anyone found them entertaining or if anyone found them funny, then honestly that's a win, and I'm really glad I made the video. Oh, I forgot I forgot I put this. So as you can see at the bottom, this was like just extra stuff whenever I was like messing around, because I had to record so much voiceover and narration for this video. So this is another part I put. Just hold on, let's watch the whole thing. Rap snitches, tell them on the business. Sit in the court and be their own style witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label to my ears. Bro, so if you didn't know what I was singing there, I was singing Rap Snitch Knishes by MF Doom, which, first of all, rest in peace. But second of all, I thought it was kind of funny messing around in the narration and just doing other stuff, and I kind of figured, like, singing that song would be, I don't know, fitting, I guess you can say. Because like, in the lyrics, he talked about, like, witnesses in, like, the courthouse or some shit. It's like, dumb stuff like that. I just had to put it in here. But looking back on this, it's honestly kind of weird, because it's like, I feel like there's some stuff in the video that I would definitely cut out or like add something new, and there's definitely some parts of the video where like I did it in this and I've never really like implemented it in like any of my other videos, I guess you can say. So it is very interesting to look back and to see how far I've come after a year of YouTube, and see how much of like the quality has changed throughout the year. Would I say my editing is better now? Yeah, I would say so. No, but to finally end things off and go back for the basics, should I sing the song again? Sure, why not? Rap snitches, tell them on the business. Sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label 7 for years. Top profile low, like A and paid in full. Attract heavy cash, get the game centrifugal. Mr. Fantastic, long bit like elastic. Got my electric glocks. That's made up. I got the lyrics all wrong.